Hello, how's everybody doing today?
Oh, just marvellous, thank you.
Absolutely terribly.
Oh, I'm sorry, Julian.
I'm going to take the middle ground and say average.
We're discussing the Beluga Liner, and Julian saying that it's a bit disappointing because you can't.
Yes.
You can only use it for passenger stuff, and I'm inclined to agree with him because it seems. I think that the way that most of the ships are balanced is quite good in that they have clear aptitudes for certain things.
Mm-hmm.
But you can, if you put your mind to it, make them do other things. Whereas it seems a bit ham-fisted to just lock off compartments and say, no, this has to be for one goal. I would have thought it'd be a bit more sort of a slightly more elegant way of doing it, to have it so that its aptitude was clearly as a passenger liner, but you could make it do other stuff if you wanted to. Have you played with it yet?
I haven't personally, but I have spoken with a number of people that were pretty disappointed so far. And from what it sounds like, my biggest issue is actually that its jump range and speed are incredibly poor for what you would expect.
Yeah, it's a bigger orca without the jump range or speed.
Exactly, and
the
see,
only
the orca
reasons you would fly an orca are gone out the window.
Yeah, and the orca, even though it has locked off internals, as well. We've even had some people in EXO use it as an exploration vessel because, it still has decent speed. So when you're exploring planets, it's fun to zip around in.
I'm going to put my hand up there and say I took an Explorca 32k light years and back.
Yeah,
Wow.
There you go.
So I'm quite well known for my orca antics.
Nice one.
Yeah, and I mean it doesn't have great jump range, but at least with the orca, you can get it halfway decent. And it sounds like the Beluga's really not going to have much of a niche there, just because you have an anaconda that does everything that the orca can do pretty much better.
Yeah. You mean the Beluga Liner?
Beluga, excuse me. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. And presumably the anaconda's cheaper.
No, actually.
No, the Beluga's cheaper.
Oh, okay.
The Beluga's only coming up at around 80 million, we think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's interesting. It might be part of the traditional pattern of new thing looks so exciting. I can't wait for new thing. New thing is here. New thing is shit. I hate new thing. Actually, new thing is okay. Another new thing.
Yeah.
There's also this, was it the neutron star debate going on with the beta?
Yeah.
I do get that though, because it's
It'll be a very big.
yeah, unless it's several multiples, it's just totally not worth it.
Yeah, and I think they're gonna sort of mold that to what the community has been putting out after the beta, because there really is no point in putting a game mechanic in if nobody's going to use it.
No.
And I don't think people are not going to use that aspect of the game if it's more efficient simply to fly in a straighter line without trying to intercept neutron stars along your route.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother if it was just because they're a faff to find, and replotting,
Exactly.
replotting is a ball ache.
Mhm.
I think I think his name's Menges, but he did some maths on the forum about the route from the bubble to Colonia and the time it takes, and what it would shave off it if you had to do a neutron route. And actually, using the 300% thing, it only shaves off about an hour and a half of the total time, because you spend that much time, plotting the route for the to find the neutron stars and stuff. But the actual gameplay is more fun, and there's more risk reward attached. So it's. I think that the argument of it needs to save time is. I don't think that's a useful contribution, because we don't actually want the galaxy to feel smaller. We just want it to be more interesting to get across.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of truth to the time-saving aspect. Now, I mean, that maybe shouldn't be the end-all, be-all, but in a sense, it's not just about time-saving, but you actually are able to get more distance, period, because you can. I would hope that you'd be able to stack injections and then use, engineers to get your frameshift drive upgraded, and then when you stack on a neutron boost, you have a significant jump range, and that could actually allow you to access systems that we were not previously able to access before. So there's that aspect of it as well.
That's
where
the
it
most
actually
interesting aspect, I think.
Yes,
for
and
a lot of explorers.
And by extension of that aspect, I think it's going to have to add speed to your trips if you're able to plot a route with a number of neutron stars along it. So I think it'll have both aspects. I'm hoping for both. Not to make the galaxy feel smaller, but it gives explorers additional purpose also, because they have to work to find these routes that are more efficient, and that takes exploring also. So I think in a way it adds something for everyone.
Yeah,
Also,
I'm inclined to agree.
They are quite dangerous to use as well. There are stories of sidewinders being ripped apart inside them.
Really? Fuck.
Oh, apparently.
Gosh. That is quite amusing. I think being able to access places that are too far away is the most exciting.
Oh, definitely.
That's the use case, so to speak. Because there's a ton of places that are just inaccessible, and you just think, oh, that's just a quirk of the procedural generation. Nobody will ever be able to get there. And with mechanics like this, it kind of makes you revisit those places and say, actually, are they a possibility now?
I just had a thought.
How did that go?
What if you can you stack a jumponium with a neutron boost?
That's what I was wondering, but I'm not sure.
I don't know.
There's only one way to find out.
That would be like, get the neutron boost and then do 100% jumponium on it.
Yeah, because I was hoping they'd allow you to do that.
I'm pretty sure the anti-cheat would kick you.
I don't think they should. I think it should be. I think if you've gone to the effort to get the jumponium and find your way to a neutron star, you should be rewarded with the boost. That'd be great.
As far as I'm aware, in the lore of Elite Dangerous, nobody actually does quite understand how the FSD works, because it was basically a relic that was found on Mars.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
There was it was discovered on Mars by accident during an archaeological dig, and they weren't actually able to figure out why it worked, but they were able to reproduce them, and so pretty much everything humans have is actually from that discovery.
Yeah, what was discovered on Mars was actually I think it was one of the early witch space drives, which then obviously we developed further and further and developed it into the FSD that we use today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That was one bit of elite lore I'd never heard of.
Yeah, and who knows what'll happen between now and then with certain other species that possess better technology than us.
Yeah, they're. I hear they're making an appearance soon.
My God, you definitely have your finger on the pulse, don't you, Julius?
just throwing that out there.
Which actually leads us on to another topical subject. Given that we have one of the galaxy's eminent minds of xenobiology with us, we might as well talk about Thargoids for a while.
My God, this is literally going to be like me filling out that form. Unknown. Too many questions.
Well, you talk a good game, but then when you're put on the spot and actually asked to tell other people, you just sort of dry up, don't you?
Yeah, it's the case of, well, I'm only supposedly one of the foremost minds, because there isn't that much you can possibly know about them.
Well, just make something up and pretend like you know it.
Yeah, it's a lot of unknown and a lot of, well, we think this, but it could also be this, and then I could be completely wrong. Is
there any, the system that you guys pinpointed as being where the unknown probes are?
The one in Col 70.
Probably, yeah. does the beta have any developments there?
It's still permit locked.
Okay, that's interesting.
But reliable information says that there will be a way to unlock it soon, or there will be a way to get there.
Exciting.
That's the current theory.
Yeah. Do you know anything about Polaris?
Yes.
What do you know about Polaris?
It was, I believe, in Frontier First Encounters. I'm too young to have ever played that game, apart from in an emulator. But it was one of the Thargoid bases, I believe.
Wasn't it the one that was gifted to the Thargoids on one of the? I'm pretty sure that if you played the story, if you made the choice to reconcile with the Thargoids, it was gifted to them as like a neutral reservation where they could live or whatever, and then permit locked for interstellar travelers or something.
I think something along those lines, yeah. But since that never actually occurred now, and we hyper-mycoided them instead of giving them the cure, then why is Polaris locked in this timeline?
Yeah, that's kind of what I want to know. It was one of the first. I think Polaris was my first exploration trip when I first got a ship that could leave the bubble, and I was really excited to go there because it featured in the previous games and stuff. And I got there and it was locked, and I was like, "What the fuck?" So I've always been curious as to what's going to happen there, because it hasn't. There's been no chat about it in any developer hints or anything like that.
It does have a unique permit, so theoretically, a dev could say, "Right, I'm giving you a permit," and you could get a Polaris system permit. It is a valid permit. It's just there's no known way to get it.
Yeah.
And of course, nobody's got system data because nobody's been there.
Yeah.
All these worlds are yours except Polaris. Attempt no landing there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that does give an interesting question. Like, if the broken ending of FFE is the canon one, as they've said it is, then that means we hit them with the hypermycoid virus, and we genocided virus bombed them twice. Then there's something in Polaris, like there's an old base, or there's well, actually, I've just thought of something.
Click.
Yeah, the Thargoid base that was in Polaris was not gifted to them. It was only gifted to them after the war ended.
Yeah.
But that base was already there. Because in FFE, you get told, if you choose to go, even before you go and choose to do the cure, you get sent to Polaris to recover, I think it's like Mick Turner's flight recorder or something. And you go there, you dock with a Thargoid ship, a Polaris, and then suddenly you're teleported 1,000 light years off somewhere else. So there would be a lot of Thargoid.
They can do that.
They can do over 1,000 light year jumps, yes. And that's one of the theories, though, that because this Col 70 system that we've looked at is something like over 1,000 light years away, just over 1,000 light years away from Polaris. So we're thinking, hey, what if this is, because it shows up as a 0 if you put an unknown probe in there. Then we're thinking that perhaps that is the Miyake, the uncharted system where the Thargoids supposedly lived.
Sorry, what's the name of the system?
It's Miyake or Miaxi, or however you want to pronounce it. It was changed several times.
Okay.
But yeah, it was uncharted, so it didn't show up on the map or anything. And this system's uncharted. It's Col 70 sector FYN C21-3. How do I remember that offhand?
That is amazing.
That is impressive. It would be interesting in future if dev decide to implement Thargoids, and perhaps by extension Thargoid engineers who are boosting your FSD to insane limits.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
I am very curious about how the Federation and the Empire are going to play into, and even the Alliance to a smaller extent, are playing into this this sort of odd chain of discoveries that we're making.
Yeah.
They seem to want to take control of it all.
Well, it's interesting that they're using. I think it's a really cool narrative angle for FD to take, to use first contact with an alien species, well, first official contact with an alien species, to as a flashpoint for war between two human superpowers. It's a really cool angle.
Yeah,
It is, yeah.
But there's more to it than that, because a couple of the Galnet things that have come out recently have been about. I remember there's one about economic cycles, and some analyst was saying that he didn't understand why the huge corporations of the Federation were ignoring traditional boom and bust cycles and piling so much resources into research and development. It kind of came out when things started cranking up in the Pleiades a lot.
Yeah. There was a thing very recently about MetaDrive. They've popped up recently.
That was today, I think.
Yeah, it was either today or yesterday. An article popped up.
I did notice
about
that.
Yeah,
Their
about a
bosses
guy. And then, this is the exciting part, in-game, somebody found a commander with that exact name that was mentioned, saying that Sirius Corp had the leader killed.
Oh, wow!
Wow.
He was like, Sirius had Fermi killed. They're going to get me too. I've got to get out of here. There's a screenshot of that somewhere. But instantly, I said to the person who I was reading it with, sudden illness, I instantly thought polonium-23. Like, I instantly thought he'd been poisoned.
I just pasted the Galnet article.
I'll try and find the link to the image of the guy in game.
The funniest. I posted it in the bar. The funniest thing about that article is the reason I remembered seeing it is because as I was reading through it, I was wondering if Braben was self-projecting his own emotions into the article. We should have acted sooner, but we were working extremely hard. With the company set to deliver on some very exciting technology in the coming year, it's particularly tragic. Will carry on in his memory.
Yeah, maybe. So presumably the very exciting technology is this neutron thing.
I would imagine.
What do you think, Julian? Has your internet died?
No, I'm back again. Sorry, it's because I'm tabbed into TeamSpeak trying to find this link.
Oh, okay. Do you think all this MetaDrive chat about this new technology that they've got waiting in the wings? Do you think that is the neutron, super injection mechanic, or do you think it's something else that's yet to be unveiled?
I've never heard anybody theorize that might be the case before, but I'm not so sure. I'm going to leave it open at the moment.
I'm going to leave it open, meaning I haven't got a Scooby.
Yeah, I haven't got any sort of idea whatsoever.
That was incredibly political answer.
Yeah,
but
it was.
It could possibly be related to both.
Right.
Oh, I'm doing it again.
This is very cautionary language.
Then I'll have to, be able to escape and say, "Oh, I knew all along."
He knows he's on the record. That's fine. Okay, so Julian's just pasted the transcript in the bar. It says, "Everyone looking for you. Can I help you?" And then somebody called Ran Corson says, "Best thing you can do for me is to leave me alone." And the player says, "What happened?" And Ran Corson says, "Sirius Corp got Femi killed. Don't believe what you're reading on Galnet." And the player says, "Oh, sure, I read about it. Please tell me more. I want to help you." And then a wedding barge cuts in and says something totally inane.
I think the groom's got cold feet.
Yeah, I haven't written my wedding vows. Fuck off, wedding barge. And then Ran Corson says, "They're trying to get me. It's a cover-up." And then the wedding barge chimes in again, something very relevant. And Ran Corson says, "Some secret MetaDrive tech data. Don't know what it is, but people are being killed for it." So clearly, Sirius. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So clearly, the next little mini arc is going to be Sirius trying to get hold of this new MetaDrive technology in some way.
I hereby retract my statement that Leon Rui is the best person in the galaxy.
Well, it looks like my Sirius permit's going to come in handy. Just got that a couple weeks ago, so...
Nice. It's a bit annoying for all those Lee Yong-roy pledges when their
leaders having people killed.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
buying out the company, then killing off the leader.
That's interesting. You know, I wouldn't. I might kill for some frameshift drive technology.
Yeah.
I just had a thought.
Again?
Again?
Yeah, again.
In the same day.
It's unusual.
My God, it's remarkable. Tell us
But
more.
polonium poisoning. They're developing frameshift drives.
And he
Yeah,
died
And
by his
arsenic.
own-
Arsenic also is extremely
Yeah.
poisonous.
No, I was thinking polonium because I was going to make a Russian reference, but let's not go
really, really, every single material that's used for frameshift drives is incredibly dangerous in real life. I mean, polonium, arsenic, yttrium, niobium. All these things are actually very bad for you.
there. They're all highly toxic.
Yeah, it's not like it uses quinoa.
I like to chalk it up to the fact that the Federation's ships are absolute shit when it comes to jump range.
Probably.
Yeah,
I,
that's true.
I always enjoyed the Federation ships. I always thought they looked very kind of like Halo-ish.
Yeah. Oh, I love the ships. I mean, I have a Corvette. It's one of my favorites, but you just don't take it anywhere. You just don't take it anywhere.
Is it kind of like an ice cream truck or like a Sunday truck where it's just something sits in the garage all week and then it comes out on a Sunday, you drive down to the beach and get an ice cream?
Yeah. It's my Bugatti. You don't want to take it anywhere because you're afraid of
Getting a key
scratched
run
on.
down it.
It's a midlife crisis.